In this video I'm going to show you how to adjust the headset on a bike with an A-head type steerer. This is the same whether you have a steel, aluminium alloy or carbon steerer, although if your fork steerer is made of carbon fibre you should take extra care. At the moment the stem is loose. That's because these pinch bolts have been loosened and the top cap bolt has been backed off. If I put the front brake on and rock the bike backwards and forwards, I don't know if you can hear that, but the headset is loose. I can also feel movement. If you have disc brakes, make sure you clamp them really tight, as you may be feeling the movement of the pads in the calipers. Additionally, the spacers under the stem can rotate. If you have a bike where the spacers can't rotate, you'll have to rely on rocking the bike backwards and forwards. In this demo, I'm going to use the spacers. First, start tightening the top cap bolt down. Tighten it just enough so the spacers get pinched and they won't easily rotate. Currently they're easily rotating. That's it, I'm just starting to feel resistance now. Now if I put the front brake on and rock the bike backwards and forwards, I can't feel or hear any movement. So that's all of the slack taken out of the system. An important functional aspect of rolling element bearings like the ones found in headsets are they designed to operate with a preload. This is to ensure that the bearings roll in the races rather than skid along them. So now, having taken the slack out of the system, we need to add that preload. If your bike came with headset adjustment instructions, follow those. However, I find they rarely do. I've searched and I've been unable to find any generic instructions, for instance a torque setting. Many years ago, a professional bike mechanic showed me that you should take the slack out of the system, as I've previously shown you, and then turn the top cap bolt a further 1/8 to 1/4 of a turn. This then puts that preload on the bearings. It will add a small amount of extra rotational resistance, but in reality it's hardly anything, as I will show later. Next you need to tighten the pinch bolts, just very lightly at first, and then check the alignment of the handlebars with the wheel. I'm standing astride the front wheel now, so when I turn the handlebars, the wheel is restrained. That way I can align the handlebars. And again, recheck that there isn't any slack in the headset. There will usually be a torque setting printed on the stem, and I suggest you use a torque wrench to achieve these. This is particularly important if you have a carbon fibre steerer. My stem says 5 Newton meters. Once the handlebars are straight, you can fully tighten those pinch bolts. So that's it, it's all clamped up. Those spacers shouldn't move because they're under compression, and there shouldn't be any free play in the headset. Despite that preload, the handlebars should still swing quite freely, and they do here. Just a point of note, in some of the descriptions on YouTube I've seen, they suggest only taking the slack out of the system and don't mention the preload. I don't think you should be doing that. You do need to put that preload onto the bearings. It also ensures that the bearing retention collar also clamps onto the steerer and potentially stops the steerer rotating within that collar. I'll shortly be producing a video about damage that can be inflicted on carbon fibre steerers, and preloading the headset bearings is an important factor in mitigating against that. If you have an interest in seeing that video, then subscribe by clicking on the 5-minute velo roundel. Also, if this video was useful, then please give it a thumbs up, as that helps the channel considerably. From me, for now, it's goodbye.